Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, Earthlings. Hope you're all having a great day today. Today, what I'm going to do is examine a piece of news in the news on Google from Newsweek. This is nothing to do with the Daily Mail. This gentleman is called James Crawford-Smith. So I'm going to analyse this as a piece of PR, whether it's intentional or not. I've no idea. If anybody's asked James Crawford-Smith to do this article, Newsweek are very favourable towards Meghan and Harry, and this one caught my eye and interests me in how media depict certain things. So I thought we'd just read out little bits and analyse it and tell me what you think as well. It's basically, the nub of the story is they're harking back to some rumour that the whole world went into shock because Meghan shut her own car door. Now, maybe there were some human beings out there on the planet who found that shocking. I definitely wasn't one of them. I recall some people trying to whip up a storm about it, even though loads, if not all, royal family shut their own door. I'm pretty sure there's evidence and video out there showing William, Catherine, Philip, Anne, Diana. Not sure about the Queen, but the monarch, that's a different thing. Beatrice, Eugenie, Fergie, Andrew. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you guys dig, and you probably got to dig deep, come on armchair detectives, think you'll find most people in the royal family have shut the car door. But for some reason somebody was trying to kick this up into a stink. And it is mentioned in Harry's book. Yep, Dimwit himself makes reference to the fact there was a big argument because Meghan shut her own car door. So let's hear what little James Crawford-Smith thinks. Meghan Markle moment that sparked media frenzy. No, that never happened, James. That never happened, not to my recollection. A seemingly uncontroversial move made by Meghan Markle at her first royal engagement in 2018 has become the subject of a new viral video. Really? No, that hasn't happened, James. 158,000 views isn't viral. No. Millions of views. That's the definition of viral. 158,000 views means not very many people give a crap. Because it's a stupid story. But let's go with it as we build up to Mental Health Week and whatever's going on. Poor Meghan, being criticised and singled out for shutting her own car door. Talk about bigging it up. Then he goes on like, Meghan and Harry met in 2016. Meghan and Harry got married in a castle in 2018. Does anybody need to be reminded who they are and what happened? I don't think so. I don't think so. This particular sentence made me laugh. Meghan became the Duchess of Sussex and one of the most senior women in the British monarchy. No, she didn't. No. No, she didn't. She and Harry were very much minor royals. Minor royals. And as the Wales's children grow up and they will meet partners, then the Sussexes become ever more irrelevant, day by day, bit by bit. That's the part of the line of succession. It's a reality, cruel as it is. But what I thought that they might have done, this is before I saw the engagement interview, what I was thinking was, because Harry's always been a little bit on the naughty side and we were used to seeing him giggling and laughing and being mischievous, my first thought was American, awesome. Divorcee, double awesome. They're going to have a laugh, these two. She's a woman of the world, and I thought they'll probably be the naughty royals, but in a nice way. I thought they're going to go off to the side and they'll be giggling and they'll become the fun and relaxed royals, whereas William and Catherine and all the heirs, the direct heirs, they have to conduct themselves in a certain way, whereas I always felt Harry and any bride that he chose would have this sort of a little bit of freedom. I had no idea until I saw the engagement interview, and I thought, yikes, crikey, I'm not sure how this is going to work out. And look how this has worked out. Let's continue with James Crawford. Is it Crawford Brown or Crawford Smith? I can't remember. I can't be bothered to go back and look. Like other women before her who had married into the royal family, Meghan became a global figure of fascination with a level of fame and public scrutiny exceeding what she had experienced in her own right as a Hollywood actress. Right, let's break that down. Yes, true. Prince Harry, very famous. He's getting married. Let's cast our minds back. Of course his bride is going to be really, really famous. Of course, yes. She's joining the British royal family, the monarchy. Not sure about the last part. Experienced in her own right as a Hollywood actress. Sorry, no. Netflix cable TV show, which was filmed in Canada, wasn't it? Nowhere near Hollywood? Or is Hollywood in Canada? I don't know, maybe it is in some people's minds. The Duchess found out just how much every move became the subject of debate and criticism during her first solo public royal engagement. It took place 4 months after her marriage, and just as she was about to embark on a large-scale overseas tour. Uploaded on TikTok by user @SussexFans on the 26th of September, it has gone viral, gaining over 158,000 views so far. That's not viral. I mean, for someone as famous as Meghan, that's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. I don't think that there's a rumoured Instagram thing, isn't there? I'm not on Instagram. @Meghan. It's gathered something like 28,000 followers. Yikes, that's an embarrassingly low figure, isn't it? Of course, it might not actually be Meghan's, so a lot of people might be sitting off thinking, oh, let's see if it's the real Meghan before they sign up. But I'd be quite nervous if I was her and that was the intended Instagram. Imagine if she launches it and by the end of the week she's got 29,000 followers on Instagram, or even 50,000, or even 158,000, like this guy's claiming is viral. Good grief, how embarrassing. I mean, that's literally advertising, isn't it? I'm not going to follow her on Instagram. I don't even have an Instagram account. I hate it when they say, oh, there's something on Instagram, and I go and click it and it says, how do you want to watch this? And then it takes me to Google Play, download app, and I think, no, I've got enough apps on my phone as it is. So let's carry on with this article, and then they show the clip of her closing her own car door. You know, so what? So what? Who cares? Literally, nobody ever cared about this. It never happened. This was not a thing. Once footage of her entrance was published, social media users seized on the moment. Critics took aim by saying that Meghan had shown a disregard for royal protocol. Don't remember anybody doing that. By not following other members of the monarchy who allow security to open and close their car doors. However, fans praised the moment as a sign of the Duchess's humility and modernity. Really? Is that what it's come to? What is it with her? It's always in car parks and cars and doors, isn't it? Social media discourse, combined with Meghan's fame, then sparked a media frenzy. No, it didn't. With the car door moment being the slam heard around the world. This saw headlines such as, Meghan Markle shut her own car door and it has genuinely caused a debate. Nah, that never happened. Meghan closes a car door and some people can't handle it. No, don't think that happened. When Meghan then appeared to allow bodyguards to open and close her door at a future engagement, it's then sparked another round of headlines. If it did, I didn't see them. The TikTok video at the moment has received over 3,200 likes so far. Oh, earth-shattering numbers, aren't they? Hollywood, are you watching this? With comment, I think these are people who comment. I remember when they freaked out about her closing her own door. I was like, why is this news? Like, literally a whole report. No, that never happened. So, you're fucking insane and deluded if you think you saw some shit going down because she shut her own car door. Another one said, I remember this. How dare she close the door? I love you, Meghan. That's just how I imagine their voices in my head. I love you, Meghan. I love you, Meghan. I'm sorry. Now, this is Harry. Harry even put it in his book, which Meghan never read any of that. Meghan never helped him write Spare. Of course she didn't. She left him to it. I can tell you now, if I was globally famous and my Graham was going to write a book, you think I'd let him release anything without me checking over it first? Would any of you guys let a partner write a book where they could put God knows what in it and think that's okay and you wouldn't check it out? So it's a bit like, I had no idea who Prince Harry was. I never Googled him. No, Buckingham Palace, I've never seen that before. Whoopsie, Daily Mail, there's a picture of her in front of it with a massive poster of Princess Diana in a bedroom wall. Hi, kitty. Yes, writing in his memoir Spare about the couple's announcement that they had decided to sue tabloid publishers in Britain in 2019, Harry told readers that he believed it didn't receive as much coverage in the press as trivial issues. Right, I know he's admitted to taking drugs, so perhaps that could be the reason. He says, quote, the lawsuit wasn't covered as widely as, say, Meghan daring to shut her own car door. In fact, it was barely covered at all. Nonetheless, friends took note. That would be when you were in South Africa and you released a statement saying we're going to sue the shit out of loads of newspapers all over the United Kingdom. Yeah, that hit the news. Everybody was talking about that. Don't remember anybody talking about her shutting her car door, Harry. You're either on too many drugs, which is a possibility, or you're really stupid, which is also a possibility. But I've got a copy of his book, so I will check that. Hello. Kiss? No? Okay. So, I mean, that's the nub of this article from James Crawford-Smith in Newsweek. So they're trying to make out that when they announced they were going to sue everybody, that nobody mentioned it. Well, as I recall, I mean, that hit main news. That we used to watch Sky News in those days. Oh, talking of Sky News, because I notice people get confused in the comments when I refer to Sly News, as I call it. They think I'm talking about Sky News Australia. They're completely different. They're not the same. Please don't confuse the two. Sky News Australia is, I really like that. Sky News UK, I'm not so keen on that. I think it must be a franchise brand name, or I don't know, or they've just got a coincidental same name. But the way I remember it was they were in South Africa and Sky News UK have a royal reporter called Rhiannon Mills. Then I remember watching this on Sky and Rhiannon asked Harry a question. It wasn't a particularly rude question. She just sort of said, how are you feeling today, Harry? Or how do you feel about such and such today? And Harry turned around and he said, don't behave like that, Rhiannon. Just don't. Like, dead rude. And Rhiannon, I could see she was so shocked. She was like, my God, what did I say wrong? So she turned back to the camera and went, oh, I think Prince Harry's in a bad mood. And they were all talking about, why did Harry and Meghan choose to announce that they were going to be suing the shit out of a ton of UK newspapers when they'd had a successful royal tour? And then they went on to complain about, you know, you got to thrive and survive and all that stuff. They went on and did all of that, to my recollection. Of course, I'm not really allowed to talk about any of this stuff that's out there in the news that's historical. I'm only allowed to say good things. I'm not allowed to say bad things. I'm not allowed to say anything critical. And God forbid I should analyse a news item which is in the public domain in Newsweek. Oh, God almighty. So there you have it. It's a deluded way of trying to rewrite history in that article and also in Harry's book. I'll have to go and seek that bit out again because it's quite a small bit. Perhaps I was too busy absorbing all the other things in Spare. But does he really think But the week they announced that on their South Africa tour, does he really think that everybody was talking about her shutting the car door? Because I can assure you, Windsor, they were not. They were not talking about that. They were talking about how bloody rude it was of you to announce that you're suing people when you're a guest in another state and you've got the world's press and you're trying to highlight attention to certain issues and charities, and you choose that to have a bitch fest and a moan. Anyway, it could just be me. I'm probably just alone in my thoughts and opinions. Doubt it. So there you go. Newsweek. Oh, wonder if that guy's ever had any journalist awards. That's a genuine question. I've no idea. Anyway, look forward to hearing your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Thank you very much for listening.